Hello, check, test, 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 test. Hello, check, test, test. All right, seems to be working now. Thank God I checked the microphone before we began. It was acting very weird, but now it seems to be working fine. My hair is all weird because I was wearing a cap all day, and this is the annoying thing that happens when you wear a cap all day. Your hair just gets partitioned into weird ways, and yeah, I'm just too lazy to go and put on a cap again. So yeah, I'm just gonna roll with it. You need to bear with my weird hair today, because today is not about my hair. Today is about work. I've just come back from Ghent. Went there for a short weekend trip with the family. I really love Ghent. Beautiful city, very small city center with a lot of really nice buildings and views, and cafes. Has a beautiful tech castle. It's one of the most fun castle I've been to. Would I recommend anyone who is in Ghent to go to the Gravenstein or the castle on a trip? 'Cause it's a really fun, and they have an audio tour which is really fun. Um, so yeah, Ghent is like a nice city to do on a weekend. If you do it on, you can also do it in a day, but then it's a bit hectic if you're trying to do squeeze everything into a day. But if you want to do things a bit more relaxed, which was my intention, so that you can also sit by a cafe, you sit by the river, just enjoy and relax and enjoy it, like the vibe as well. A weekend is sufficient. Right. But then I did bring home work again this weekend. But yeah, I did try to work a bit from Ghent. Didn't succeed. So I will have to finish that work now online. I did do some work, so I was pretty happy that despite having a long day of just you're walking around the city, we were staying in a really nice bed and a breakfast. So I did get some work done. But yeah, I still have to finish it, and that's what I'm going to attempt to do as a part of this. I'm not going to finish everything on the stream because a lot of that still is confidential, but I'm going to finish, I'm going to attempt and finish some of it. And the reason I'm doing this work on a live stream is because I know that my stream doesn't get a lot of views. So that sort of is the reason I'm doing it, because technically what I'm doing is still confidential. But it is something that we're going to announce publicly on a Tuesday anyways. So I am doing this with a hope or an assumption that not a lot of people will watch this video, and and sort of get the leak beforehand. And even if it's a leak, it's not a big detrimental thing to the business. So what I'm going to be working on is so this is a big scoop. So to everybody who's watching, you know it before the world knows. We are doing a rebranding exercise at Envision, where we are totally like revamping the brand identity from scratch. So that's what this is about. You guys saw me last week struggling to write the copy of it. Good news is the copy is done. I was able to hammer out like a draft of what the copy is of the blog post announcing the rebrand, and then that has already gone through one round of a review and a revisions and improvements. So yeah, it's just about doing one more sort of a revision on it, and I think the copy of the blog is in really good shape. The second thing we're doing in addition to the copy is now, since we have the blog, I need to make the graphics for the blog. right? So the which will sort of introduce different elements of the stuff that has been rebranded. We want to do it in the form of a blog post. So that's what I'll have to think as to how to do that. So that's what this video is going to be about, is about making that, making the graphics that I want to include in the thing. And the reason this is a leak as opposed to the previous leak, because previously I just said we're doing a rebranding, which is not announcing, but here in this you will already be able to see what the rebrand is, because I will be making the graphics and the animations that will reveal what the new Envision brand looks like. And if you're attuned into this video, you can already see the brand up there. Actually, I've been trying to include this in some of our team meetings already. So that up there, this thing, that is the new Envision brand. This logo, which is now going to be the official logo of Envision, that's basically, that's one of the elements of the brand. I wouldn't say that the rebranding is everything about the logo. This logo here is a big part of it. So you are the first to know, or first to see this logo. But now let's go back to what I need to get done, because I am running short on time. So there's a bunch of things we want to finish before the week. And what I want to do is, when we introduce the thing, let me actually also open up the blog post so that I know what all graphic elements we need. But one thing we need is, immediately after we introduce the the logo, I want there to be like a little nice animation that introduces the logo. I always, sort of like when logos are more of static in a nature, in addition to be just being a, I always like a logos when they're a bit a dynamic in a nature, in not just static elements. So I'm trying to do like a nice animated intro to the logo. So that's going to be the attempt. And I do it in the worst software maybe for doing this animation, which is the Keynote. So that's where my animation is going to happen, because I know there are better tools out there, but I do not have the time right now to learn a new tool and do the animation in that. So I'm pretty sure somebody out there can do it better. If there are people who can do it better out there, I would be happy to get help to know how to do this better. But for now, since I don't have time, I cannot really bring in someone to help me with this. I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to do it the clunky way, and I'm going to do it in a Keynote. So the way you do animations in a Keynote is basically you build different slides, which becomes the key points of what steps you want the animation to go through, and then you make animations in between those your transitions, and that's technically how your thing goes. So if I quickly scroll through my different screens, I want to start on a black screen, go to this dot pattern. I want my icon to appear and within those dot patterns, and then I want the dot patterns to disappear as the icon appears. So that sort of is what I'm trying to achieve here. So I have the first stuff. So this is what I did yesterday in Ghent. So let me quickly show you how this looks. Dot patterns appear, the dots appear, the dots disappear, and then it says Envision. So I have it, I have an essence of it, right? Why is there a small white thing here? What is that thing? So the way I'm doing it is not the best way, basically. So that sort of is causing some problems. I see like a white thing here. Do you all see it as well? Or maybe it's just this weird screen. Yeah. Okay, never mind. Cool. So I was very very happy that managed to get that transition going. This one I really struggled on how to do this well, and then I did something very yeah, like like shady, like last minute thing to get it to happen. Let me just make some changes. So this thing should not have any animation. This should just stay as is for a while. So no animation here. This should just stay actually. An easy way to make it stay is just add some more slides. Now here is where I'm struggling. Okay, time to focus, and to focus I need some Belgian chocolates to help me. So here's a trick for anybody who wants to buy something that's locally popular, like chocolates. Always go to the local supermarket and buy it from there, because that's where the locals buy it from. So do not go into like a fancy best Belgian chocolate here. Just go into a local store and just get the local supermarket. This is a Carrefour chocolate. You can also pick other like brands, because that's what the locals are eating. They're not going into these a tourist trap shops and getting chocolates from there. And I'll bet you the chocolates in the supermarkets are much better than what's in those fancy ass looking shops. So yeah, that's a trick that you should apply. This was a bad idea because this is a very sticky chocolate, so my hands are gonna be all sticky. And to focus. Oops. How can I make a full screen here? Alright. Yeah, sorry, I had to finish this chocolate. Cannot touch my keyboards when I still have chocolate fingers. Alright. So I want to try something. I want to see what happens if I do this. Oh, yeah. Okay, this is much better, no? And I want this to take time. Okay, so it's not doing that thing. because then this, oops. Looks better, right? So before in the previous one it just moves and envision appears. I think this is a much better look actually. I'm not very happy with that iris transition. That's one thing. I think this delay should be 0. Mm, so I want this animation to also take more time. I need a better animation. So I'm trying to make an animation that makes it feels like it's just these dots becoming bigger. Um, so maybe just a nice fade makes it. No, just fade maybe or dissolve. No, what dissolve is doing is it's actually making it look like it's not anything. Mm, appear, blur. Does this look better in big number? Hmm. No, to change it to pop. And oh, I can't fuck with anything else in pop. fuck, sorry. I almost zoned out and forgot I was streaming this. I'm trying to get this animation right. So basically the idea is that it's the dots that should like become big in different sizes and become this. So that's the funda behind this logo, right? So I'm just trying to think how to make that happen. Hmm, how one idea, if I decrease the opacity of it simultaneously, does that help? Yeah, let me not do pop now then. Let me do dissolve. And if it happens together, the fading and this, I need to build order. Okay, I am more happy with this transition. Yeah. Okay, okay. I'm gonna see if I can make the opacity a bit more lesser. If that helps. Let's go with 40%. Nope. Go here. It'll be good if it happens together. Let me try something else. So you don't change your opacity. What I'll do is I'll bring Q or bring this dude. Make him black. Send to back, but then send this to back, and then increase the opacity of this dude. Because one more dude needs to be sent back. This dude needs to be sent back, and then yeah. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm decreasing the opacity of this dude, right? So this dude, he needs to he needs to also dissolve, right? And animate build order. Why didn't it get added? Dissolve. All at once. But, they both happen together with build one. Which is this dude who also needs to be sent back. Alright. Hey, perfect. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay, so from the top, play. Perfect. I think it's great. The only thing that'll make it greater, might make it greater. Yeah, but I think I should stop it when it's still simple. But my brain has already thought of this other thing which I now have to see how it looks. To understand if that will improve it or make it worse. Which is basically do this to it. Almost there, but not quite. Why is there a difference in some parts of it? How big of a problem is this? Hardly noticeable, right? Then I'm gonna move it here and try with this guy. Automatically. Alright, let's go. Yeah, noticeable enough. Noticeable enough. Let me try a shoddy way to fix it. I'm using these black cubes way too much, and in a way they should not be used. Now let's see. Now it's almost okay, but there's this one annoying black element. What is that thing? Okay, this does not get affected, which is good. But then I think this thing, I don't know what's happening. So when I play this, something happens. Let's see, command V. I'll have to break this guy open to find out what's going on. Who else is here? Who is causing problems? No one, right? Why is this being a problem then? I have this thing here. Okay. And I'm bringing this thing on top of this. Is this a problem? Okay, I see what the problem is. It's trying to make this guy to this guy. Why will you try to make do that? Don't do that. How do I make it stop doing that? I know how. Let's choose a different fucking shape. So do this. Cool. Now are you gonna try to do this? Okay, you're not gonna do this, that's cool. Then I'm gonna make this guy black. I'm going to make the scene black. And then I'm going to copy these here. And now it should work. Ta-da! Okay, now from the top, I like it. I think I like it. I think this is good. I think the blue accents, yeah, that sort of is what the branding is. I think it's a good touch to this whole thing. I think I'll go with it. Cool. I think we have got it. So let's start from the top again. I'm gonna make it screen. Again. Cool. Now let's see. I wanna export this as an animated GIF. Extrovert. Slides 1 to 7. Um, Let me just do next and build it in the proper way first. Let's see. No, this is not the way to see it. Open with Google Chrome. Whoops. That looks bad. It needs to be 30 FPS then. But then that'll make the file huge. Let me see if 24 will do. Whoa. I don't know why it does this thing where it says export just the first page. Like, who just wants to export one page? Next. Export, replace. Open with Chrome. It's okay. Let me just see how 30 FPS looks. Oh, export to animated GIF. 30 FPS. 1 to 7. Next. Looks better. Okay, how big was this file? 1 MB. It's not bad. I'll go with 30 FPS then. Okay, I think I'm happy. Yeah, this is solid. So that's one thing done. Now I need to do one more thing for the vlog. No, there are a few more graphic elements actually I need to finish. Let's see. So that was the logo introduction. The colors. Yeah, I need a graphic with what colors are we picking. But I can just use their graphic for that, right? Let's see if I can make my work easy. I'm going to go back. Let me save this. I'm going to go back to using Keynote as my file to help me with this. I think I know people must be thinking I'm stupid of how much I'm depending on Keynote to do stuff. I know it's not the right tool to do stuff in, but it's just such a convenient tool. I think Keynote is a very underutilized tool. So let me just make this full width of the thing. Boom. Boom. Then I'm gonna get this part off. And then what I want to do is, okay, actually I want this on that side. It's fine, I can do it later. Copy this and I paste that here. I make this the screen size. I bring it in the center. Crop this out as well. And then I am going to put this here. This next to it. Send this to back and send now. Just crop. Could be much smaller. I need to make my own center line in this to make this centered. So then I need to center it here. Seems like center. Center. Cool. Then I'm going to export this as an image. Uh, yeah, high quality export PP colors desktop. All right, so that's two images done. Let me just see if the image is high quality enough. It's not great, but it's fine, I think. Mhm. Cool. I think we're good. I think we're good. Right. I might stop the video here because yeah, I've been at it for a while. I have the basic elements of what I needed for the thing. Oh, I do need to do some more work on the thing, but I think that part will need to be confidential. So yeah, I'm just gonna now make the final block, prepare it, see how it's gonna appear on the final screen. So let me start working on that part of it already, and then yeah, all of you will get to see it. Oh my god, I've just realized something. I've realized I've done this whole stream without sharing my screen. I feel so stupid. Yeah, that's why I should keep checking things in between. Sorry guys, I've done this whole stream. It was a fun stream and I've not shared my screen throughout the whole thing. Alright, I'm gonna quickly show what the end product was of all the sounds you heard. So you see this is sort of the color scheme of the new brand. So I just put these two pictures together, and this is actually the GIF that I made. That was most of the stream that you didn't see. Yeah, I I'm sorry. I should be more vigilant when I do this, but yeah, I was just so focused that I just didn't share my screen. Because in my OBS, which is the streaming software, I do see two screens, and in one of them, I see what screen I can transition to. And I was looking at that, and I'm like, hey, my screen looks all right. But I realized that I was not sharing my screen, it was just being displayed next to me. So, sorry about that. Um, I'll do better next time. But yeah, today was actually a really productive stream where I got this done. So yeah, thank you for all of you tuning in. I did all of this in a keynote. So yeah, That was the whole process. Even though you could not see me do it, you could hear me do it. So yeah, stupid. All right, thanks everyone who tuned in. This was at least a very productive and fun thing for me to do. I think it would have been incredible if I could have streamed it with the screen. I'm gonna live with that regret for a long time. But yeah, I think stuff like this for me is fun, and for you to also see how I can just make quick prototypes of things, how I can make things that eventually end up being a part of the company. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next week. I know these few weeks have been just me doing work, but that sort of is the way things are as of now. I need to be very, very focused and be working on a lot of moving parts within my company, and a lot of that happens to spill over in the weekend. And I know that it's going to be that way for a while. So I hope this is still fun and interesting for those of you who are tuning in. But if not, let me know in the comments. Happy to evolve and learn and be more entertaining. But until then, I'll see you all next week, and have fun.